Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we'll continue our look at the Hiya Toys Predator collection. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Predators 2 Warrior Predator. Here's the packaging that it comes in. It is the same box style packaging we're used to seeing, with a very large window box in the front showing off the figure and the accessories. On the bottom left, we have a very dark picture of the Warrior Predator himself. Over on the right, we have Exquisite Mini Predator 2 Warrior Predator, and at the bottom we have a warning for choking hazard, small parts for children under age of 3. The top of the box just says Exquisite Mini Predator 2 Warrior Predator, and the bottom is the same as the top. This side of the box just says Predator 2 on it, and the other side says Predator 2 also. But the reverse side has a photo of a Predator, Exquisite Mini Predator 2 Warrior Predator. This is part of what they claim to be Exquisite Mini, which is a new standard series for 118 Super Articulation action figures under Hiya Toys. There's their social media, Twitter, Facebook information, Hiya Toy company information, 20th Century Fox, all rights reserved. Here's the UPC, if that helps you at all. And there is that same choking hazard warning for children. And these are recommended for ages 15 and up. These are more marketed for your adult collectors. At the bottom of the packaging, we have two product photos of the actual figure itself. Pretty nice looking. These boxes are just taped on the top and bottom. We'll go ahead and take it out and see what we got. Inside of the box, you will find a backdrop in the box. You can remove it. It is a Predator background. It looks like this one is bent. And you do get a product insert that shows off some of other Hiya Toys Predators that are available inside their Predator collection. Very cool. So let's take the figure out of the packaging. It's just a clamshell. There is no tape, no rubber bands or anything. Just be careful when you take this off that you don't send all your little accessories flying through the air from from the force. So here's our Predator. This is our Warrior Predator. This is a very cool looking Predator. We have a silver mask. We have black stripes across his dome. Pretty cool looking. See if we can get a closer look at that. The mask is sculpted with a pretty good amount of detail on the side of this mask. Very cool. Looks very, very evil looking. One thing about this Predator, he does have smaller and shorter dreads and less of them. He is well groomed. He's a well groomed Predator. Very nice. Definitely gives you some diversity in your Predator collection. Definitely gives you a different look among all your if you are collecting all of these. He does have his copper harness here up his upper body. It's very cool looking, very well sculpted, and it has a very high side shoulder pad here that stands up. You cannot push it down. But it is sculpted with a lot of detail. And it goes around to the back here on the one side. And then part of that front harness piece looks like his back piece goes all the way down to his waist. And it is copper. And copper metallic color. And then we have that slide here that you would see on the Predators that have the shoulder cannon. But there is no shoulder cannon included in this set. This is probably just a reused piece from Hiya Toys, as most manufacturers do use reuse pieces to make different characters. On this side we have a small shoulder pad on a ball with a up arm. Has some dots on it. It is silver. He has a larger one on this side that looks like they have stacked shoulder pads. Really nice detail. Really cool. It has a silver, but it has a heavy black wash on that one. Not so much on this one. The overall skin tone of the character is a gray throughout his body, arms, and legs. On the one arm, he has a gauntlet with 2 blades we're used to seeing, and they are retractable. Very cool looking. This is one of the cool features of the Predators. And on this arm we have another gauntlet that's sculpted pretty nicely. Here on the waist we do have a waist belt with some stuff hanging off of it. We have a sash in the front. We do have that disc holder here on the one side, and over here we just have something hanging down along the side of his leg there. Not sure what that is. Is that a thing where they opens up where he keeps gear in? Not sure. He does have that net finish on his stomach and his legs over the gray two-tone skin tone. He has that copper knee pads and copper shin guards here throughout. Looks pretty nice. Overall, not a fancy Predator, but the colors are done very well. We have the silver and the copper and the gray and the black works very well together on your color palette. Very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure's articulation. Due to his dreads, there's still that limitation of, it is on a ball joint. But this one's actually the limited I've seen. You can get a side here, and as the dreads catch onto the shoulder pad, it gets stuck, and as the face gets stuck on the front as you turn it the other way. I'm not able to move the helmet too much up and down or a side to side. It's more of a fixed head, just almost like a human reaction to the right and left turns. The shoulders are both the same for articulation, so I'll show you on one because it's easier. They do rotate 360. This one will rotate until it hits that. You'll have to fan it out if you want to get it to go all the way around. There's articulation here on the just below the upper ball of the arm. You can rotate this if you like here, but be very careful with that particular joint. Does seem to be one of the breakage areas, and that is true for both arms. He does have bendable elbows on both arms. It's not a 90-degree bend because of the gauntlet. If you remove the gauntlets, you will probably get a better bend ratio if you so desire. Just for purposes, I went ahead and had to heat up these joints because they were super stiff on just like every Predator I've ever had. The arms will rotate out like this. That's about it because of the shoulder pads hit the back and you cannot fan them out any further. He does have some upper stomach swivel here, if I can learn how to talk today. And he has a down and an ab crunch, and then back and forth, side to side. Pretty good. Pretty nice. For his legs, he has 2 bits of articulation. Right here, which just barely can be seen underneath the belt and sash, there's a ball there. That does move out so far until it hits the side joints. This way, not too much. I'm not really willing to bend outside my comfort zone of not so we don't break our collectible figure. He does have thigh rotation here. Those will rotate. Sometimes this upper joint gets in the way and you may have to hold that if you're looking for a particular pose. The figure is sporting double jointed knees. I would use caution on these knees also. Make sure you heat up your joints. You don't want to break those. You do not get any replacement joints. So it gets you about that much. And they are ratcheting. So they take a little bit of force, but not too much to get them to move because they are, like I said, plastic ratcheting. The feet do rotate 360 all the way around. There is a joint here for a pivot down. Let's see here. You can see the joint right in there. But it doesn't do much due to the heel, the back of the heel. As soon as you start pivoting the front down, it catches it. It's very small. And at this point, it's not even worth trying and risking breaking that small ankle joint. But it's there if you want to take the time to heat that joint up, get it working for you, and do your poses or for your playability. Like I said, these are for doll collectors. These ain't for heavy play. These are very nice sculpted figures. Nice for display and just for general play. The wrists are on a ball. They rotate 360, and since they're on a ball, you can get a rotation like around the ball. So that's what that ball looks like. So there's really no joints inside there. This is true pretty much for all the Predators. It's the same design for all the Predators, but you can get a little bit of in and out, you know, back, up and down. Just a little bit of limitation there. But a very cool Predator. For the accessories, we have the traditional mud stand that we used to seeing on the one peg there, and on the bottom. Let's go ahead and get these accessories out. Here is two little I or H brackets, what we prefer to call them, which we're used to seeing, which go in here so you can connect all your Predator figures stands together. They also work with the Injustice figures and I believe with the Colonial Marine figures. He has this collapsed spear / staff, whatever we want to call it. It is done in a metal color with a green piece of cloth in the center for where he would hold it. The diameter of these things are quite larger than the hand and the figure, so it may stress your plastic. He also comes with this disc. This is that throwing disc we see in the movies. You can see that there are actually holes in, and he has some open hands that comes with it. You can pretty much, with a little bit of work, get him to hold this when you swap out the open hands. And on the inside of the figure here, we have the holder there, and if you can line up two holes, you can pop this on and it will stay there if you wish. Pretty nice way to keep your accessories with your Predator. Not sure how long that would stay there, maybe pop off. Seems to hold pretty good. Pretty nice. Because all he really has in weaponry is that and this collapsed pole, which he would hold. But you can see how large that diameter is versus that hand. That's very, very large for proportion wise. So again, it's your toy. Do how you see fit. The last two accessories that it comes with is two. I'm just going to show you inside the clamshell because they are small. These are his two additional hands. They do swap out. And they are the open hands that you would either use for like a dramatic pose, a grabbing, or holding that disc, that throwing disc we just looked at. They do have this. They are gray with the black throughout to match the skin tone of the warrior Predator himself. To match up some of the his compadres, here is one of the other Predators. I believe this is the Shaman Predator unmasked. That's how he looks with them. Like I was previously speaking, his hair, his dreads are definitely shorter, and there's less of them. It could be an older Predator losing his hair due to stress of the kill. I don't know. Here he is with a more weaponized jungle predator. And there's that shoulder cannon piece that could be used if there was one included. Here he is with one of the actual predator hounds. If you do like this predator and wish to have him a hound, pretty awesome. And he is one of the smaller predators compared to the 3 predators from the recent movie. They are a tad bit taller, and they are the probably alpha of the predators. They're very large predators. Very cool. And you can see the difference in the style of blades that they sport. Here he is with a visible predator. Very nice. Here he is with a Fortnite figure. Here he is with a Mel Joy Toy military figure. Here he is with a female Joy Toy figure. Here he is with a G.I. Joe 1/18 scale. If I did not mention that these are 1/18 scale figures, which is they're more beyond your 4-inch figures, but they're still classified as a 1/18 scale action figure. And here is also Hiya Toys Injustice Superman figure. If you want the Superman to take on your predators, that's how they would fare. Okay, guys, I hope you guys really like this review at the Warrior Predator. These are really great action figures. I do highly recommend them. The retail price for these, when released, they were $19.99. You can get various prices throughout the internet, so shop around and see what you can find. There should be widely available still. Some are on pre-order, but I think even from the very first ones you can still obtain on most of the online platforms. So if you did enjoy this review and look at the Hiya Toys Warrior Predator, please consider subscribing. Please like and share the video. I really appreciate it. It will definitely help my channel out and continue to help us grow. We want to continue to grow our collectors community if possible. Try to help each other out. If you know where you can find these at a good price, comment down below so our fellow collectors that are watching or viewing this may have a heads up on getting the figures, especially to try to defeat the scalping issues that are heavily plaguing our action figure community. So I wish you guys happy collecting. Stay safe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.